All right. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. I want to give double honors to my pastors and elders, a great millstone, who teach very well while I learned this truth from. And salutation out there to the hopeful lit, who continue to push his word in all truth, faith, and sincerity. And also shalom to the men, women, and children who sincerely believe upon the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And today, man, just basically getting on the perpetual kingdom of heaven, man. Because again, man, it's not like in the kingdom of heaven after this rulership, Esau's gonna have another return, or these other heathens just gonna bounce back and they're gonna find their way to, they're gonna find their way to sneak in into rulership. Hell no, man. Because the kingdom is gonna be a perpetual rulership ruled by Israelites, man. It's not gonna be ruled by any other nation. Let's get this in the book of Psalms 2 to start it off. This is the book of Psalms 2. And I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? And a vain thing is that a Moabite is going to rule. The vain thing is that Ham or any other nation is going to rule beside the nation of Israel, man. Because once the nation of Israel get into power, for the lack of better words, everything is going to be in its rightful order, Because like it says in Sirach, the 10th chapter, when the wicked is ruling, then the rest of the people is matter of fact, let's go ahead and get it. The Lord can say it better than I can. Let's go to Sirach 10, because again, it's a vain thing for Moabites to rule, because if Moabites rule, then everybody around here be eating squid. If Moabites would be ruling, then everybody around here would be eating cats and dogs. So you shouldn't want Moab to rule, man. Let's go to Sirach 10. Start at verse 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. And that's going to be the kingdom of heaven, man, under the rulership of Yahweh and King David. Continuing on, though. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. Yes, man. So if the ruler of the city is wicked, then everybody else is going to be wicked. If the ruler of the city like to eat cats and dogs, then the main course in that city is going to be what? Cats and dogs, man. Continuing on to verse 3. A unwise king destroyed these people, and that's talking about Esau, Edom, man, and even these other different nations. Because the reason why Elam, Xerxes, Cyrus, Ramses the second, the reason why they fell out of power, because they was unwise kings. They wasn't, even though Yahweh Shai set them up, they wasn't ruling in righteousness, man. They wasn't ruling by the ways of Yahweh Shai. They was going after their own ways, man. That's why it says an unwise king destroyed these people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. Yes, because the prudence of the next rulership, the righteousness of the next rulership, guess what? Everything is going to flow beautifully. Let's get this one quick precept before I jump back. Sirach 32 and verse 1. Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness. Continuing on, and princes shall rule in judgment. And that's why we call Yasharala, man. Princes of the power, man. Yasharala, But again, it says a king shall rule in righteousness. And who is that? Yahweh Shai, man. Because when we get into the kingdom of heaven, bro, we're not going to rule the kingdom off our own merits or just make things up on the fly. No, man. We're going to go strictly by the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shai. Because when you go into the law, man, it actually hits every nick and cranny, for the lack of better words, man. You know what? If somebody did this, what's the penalty? Somebody did this, if somebody steal, well, pay them back double. If somebody, for lack of better words, it's a law in the scriptures. If somebody fight and a pregnant woman around, if you hit that pregnant woman and the baby die, then it's up to that father and that mother to actually tell you your judgment. Your judgment can actually be dealt, or your judge could be paying 50 shekels and mentioning those 50 shekels. Hey, if you Deuteronomy the 22nd chapter, if you force yourself upon a woman and she haven't been betrothed unto somebody and she didn't cry out, then you owe that father 50 shekels of silver. That's a part of us going to rule in righteousness, man. Even though people get offended, a lot of people are getting offended at righteousness, bro. You know? But again, the righteousness that we believe in and the righteousness that we're going to stand on is going to last forever. That's why we're not worried about you niggas' opinion or anybody's opinion, man. The only thing we worried about is what Yahweh Shemyaw Shai think. Because why? At the end of the day, he have to end, he have to say so. He ruled. Matter of fact, let's get that. Daniel. The Lord, he set up who rule in the kingdom of men, man. This is the book of Daniel 4, jumping down to verse 16. And it reads, 17, Salakia. This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. So it's actually Yahweh Shemyaw Shai who's ruling this beast system. It was Yahweh Shemyaw Shai that was ruling that system back in Egypt with Ramses II. It was Yahweh Shemyaw Shai ruling the Medo-Persian Empire. It was Yahweh Shemyaw Shai ruling Alexander the Greek. Like it says, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. And he turned whatsoever he wanted to go, for lack of better words, man. Read this again. It says that to the intent that the living may know, that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of man, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men. And yes, the Lord have the basis of men ruling today, Esau, Edom. But the next time, the next rulership, the basis of men is going to rule, which is who? Yasharala, man. The so-called Black Latinos and Native Americans. And I ain't talking about no skin color, man. But just going back, the basis of men is actually going to rule in the kingdom of heaven, which is us. It's not talking about Esau, man. Because we're in a base in the lower state today. And the reason why we in that lower state today, because we transgress against our power. But since we returned unto him and we're seeking him 10 times more, the Lord, he's going to reward us with rulership, man. He's going to reward us for, trying down our enemies and us being above them and they're being below us, man. Basically being under our feet, actually meaning being under our subjection. And who controls that? Yahweh Shemyaw Shai. Let's get this in the book of Daniel. Salakia. This is the book of Daniel too. And I'm going to jump down to verse 20 and I'm going to jump down again. Daniel 2 and verse 20. Daniel answered and said, blessed be the Lord. Salakia, blessed be the name of the Most High forever and ever, for wisdom and might are his. So Yahweh Shemyaw Shai, he controls wisdom and might. Continuing on. He changes the times and the seasons. He removeth kings and setteth up kings. And we're in the process of that. The bringing down of the nation of Edom and the breaking up of the nation of Israel, man. Continuing on. It says, he removeth kings and setteth up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding. And that's what's going to happen, man. Because the Lord, he's going to give us the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to actually rule forever. And that starts right here, man. This is the book of Isaiah 45, chapter down, verse 17. Isaiah 45 and verse 17. So I get my phone. Acting kind of slow. I'm just going to get into the papers. Isaiah 45 in verse, here you go. Isaiah 45 and verse 17. And it reads, it says, but Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end. And that actually is going to lead into a perpetual rulership. Let's go ahead and get that, man. I got the word perpetual in the Google definition. The word perpetual, never ending or changing. So once we get into power, once we get into rulership, we're going to be the king of the court, for the lack of better words. Nobody's going to get us out from that high seat. Continuing on, some of the simpler words: everlasting, never ending, eternal, permanent, unending, endless, without end. Israel shall be saved with an everlasting salvation, world without end. Lasting, long-lasting, consistent, abiding, enduring, timeless. Right here, must stick out for me, deathless. Because in the kingdom of heaven, there's going to be no more death, man. Continuing on, unfading, never changing. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it, man. Because again, you go into this current rulership, we're just here for a moment. You can see the word transitory right there, which basically means here for a moment, then you back, That's what this kingdom is. What the scriptures say, for the things of this world are temporal, but the things in the world to come are eternal, man. And that's what we're looking towards. We're looking towards the eternal kingdom of Yahweh Shema Shai. So let's go ahead and go back to that Daniel, the 2nd chapter. Daniel 2. Jumping down to verse, Daniel 2 in verse 44. And it says, and in the days of these kings shall the power of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. So the Lord, he's going to actually set up a kingdom that's going to be here forever. He said it shall never be destroyed. So in the kingdom of heaven, the Medes and the Persians or the Elam, they're not going to have no funny ideas for the lack of better words, man. They're going to be under subjection in righteousness, man. Because in the kingdom of heaven, those first 1,000 years is going to be a rigorous rule in righteousness, man. Like how that our DNA is affected by slavery, and these other nations' DNA is going to be affected by slavery, man. You're going to know the consequences for not serving Yahweh Shema Shai. You're going to know the consequences for not bowing down unto the true leaders, man. And it's going to be nothing you can do, man. The Lord, he's going to have divine powers upon us. Read this again. In the days of these kings shall the power of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, which means what? Nobody's going to rule. It's a vain thing if you think China the next one up. It's a vain thing if you think Moab or any other nation is the next one up, man. We got nicks, Continuing on, it says, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms. It shall stand forever. Because why? At the end of the day, Yahweh Shema Shai, he stand the test of time. At the end of the day, Yahweh Shema Shai, he's going to set us up. And ultimately, Lord willing to be a part of that number, he's going to set us up there forever, bro. And that's going to be the benefit of the world. The manifestation of the creature waiting for the sons of the Most High, man. Isaiah the 14th chapter. It says the fir trees is going to rejoice once this devil get out of power, man. Because this is the worst situation that we ever been in, bro. But at the same, we're gonna go from sugar to shit for overnight for the lack of better words, man. This kingdom at the bottom. Even you go back to the ancient world. Those kings and those worship. Yahweh Shema Shai. Even the food, it wasn't GMOs. It wasn't chemtrails spraying in the air. Even though it was that. The LGXYZ thing, they wasn't forcing it upon you, man. In these days, if you're not a part of that wicked society, then you're demonized. And that's why Isaiah 54 and 59 and 15, if I'm not mistaken, he that departed from evil, making himself a prey, bro. And that's why we need to get out of here, man, because we're the prey, man. It's the hunt is on and we are the prey. If you righteous and you seek to be righteous in this society, then guess what, man? You're the bad guy, man. But guess what? We will rather be the bad guys, man, than rather be wicked, In this society, we're deemed the bad guys, but we accept it as long as we're righteous with Yahweh Shai. Let's get that Isaiah 32 again and finish it off right there. Isaiah 32 in verse 1 again. It says, behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, Yahweh Shai. And that's how that kingdom and that rulership is going to last forever. Because it's going to be a righteous rulership. It's not going to be no need to change it. The Egyptian empire, it had to be changed because it went perfect. The Medo-Persian empire, it had to be changed because it went perfect. The Babylonian empire had to be changed because it went perfect. And this current Roman Greek beast system have to be changed because it's not perfect, man. And the kingdom that's going to be perfect is the kingdom of heaven, bro. That's why it's going to be heaven, Read this again. Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and prince shall rule in judgment. And that's going to be 144,000 governing the planet Earth, man. And this actually going to be the benefit of the whole planet Earth. So I want to say, call Halayim La Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakodah, Shalom, DTA, and the Bible.